Ever found yourself pondering the distinction between a pigeon and a dove? For many, it's a question shrouded in misconceptions, often attributing the difference to color, location, or perhaps public perception. Yet, the reality is far more intriguing. The words pigeon and dove are not as divergent as one might initially think. In fact, their origins are steeped in linguistic history rather than biological differentiation. The term dove made its way into the English language from the Nordic languages, while pigeon, on the other hand, hails from the French language. These two words, both with distinct linguistic roots, refer to the same array of over 300 species within the Columbidae family. Yes, you heard it right. Both dove and pigeon are used to label the same feathered creatures we see fluttering around our cities and countryside. It's worth noting that there is no scientific distinction between a pigeon and a dove. The differentiation we make in everyday language is based more on size rather than any significant biological difference. However, this rule of thumb doesn't always hold water. For instance, the common pigeon is also known as a rock dove or rock pigeon. In essence, the distinction we make between pigeons and doves is subjective, varying from person to person and region to region. In the Pacific, for example, larger birds might be referred to as pigeons while smaller ones are called doves, yet these birds are more closely related to each other than they are to other birds called pigeons and doves in different parts of the world, such as South America. So the next time you find yourself at a wedding releasing what you've been told are doves, or feeding birds in the park you've always called pigeons, remember, this distinction is largely a matter of linguistic tradition rather than scientific fact. Whether you call them pigeons or doves, from a scientific perspective, you're correct either way. In the grand scheme of things, the pigeon-dove dichotomy serves as a fascinating testament to the power of language and the subjective nature of our perception. It's a reminder that sometimes the things we take for granted as being distinct may not be as different as we think. It's all in the name, after all.